So welcome to today's episode. So today I'm going to take you for a drive. We're going to drive up the coastline here. This is the Pacific Ocean in Costa Rica. Right now we are on the Esterillos Este beach. So we're going to go for a drive. I'm going to show you all the beaches along the way up to the famous National Park Manuel Antonio. So let's go have a look. Alright guys, so we've begun our trip. We're about 15 minutes away from the resort and Esterillos Beach. So this is Parrita, this little town you see here, and there's probably no more than a few thousand people in this town. There's also a few hotels here, so this is not exactly known as a tourist town, but this is along the way. The next town that we're going to stop at is Jaco. That one is more well known, and just beyond that, that's the famous Manuel Antonio town and national park. Okay, so this is Palo Seco. This is a beach that I've never been to, but it actually looks quite nice. We've got a big storm coming, that's why it's so windy, but this beach is just outside of Parrita, the town that we were in, and we're going to try and get the drone up. It's probably too windy to fly it. But as you can see, the beaches here in Costa Rica, they are kind of brown, and that's because of the volcanic sand. That's why they're that color. So for example, in Australia, we have yellow golden beaches. Here in Costa Rica, most of them are like this. They are brown, but they do have their own charm. Yeah, so we were just about to fly the drone. I wanted to get some shots here, and when I took this thing apart because it crashed into water, the other week I didn't put this on right, so we're going to stop in Jaco. Hopefully I can buy a little tool to undo this, but yeah. But if you ever bring your drone and you've done repairs, make sure you always test it before you bring it. So here in Costa Rica, driving, it's all on the right side of the road like the USA. For me, that was a little bit hard to get used to. In Australia, we drive on the left. The other thing that's more difficult is that when people are passing in Costa Rica, it can be pretty crazy compared to other places I've driven. You got to be really careful because someone can be coming on in the opposite direction, and they'll be passing someone and driving on your side of the road. And yeah, so things are a little bit more wild when it comes to driving here, so just be careful. Yeah, so welcome to Jaco. This is Jaco. It's got its own little port. So this is a fairly popular little tourist town. It's right in front of Manuel Antonio. So we're going to see if there's a good electronics store here. We need to buy some things, some tools to fix my drone before we go into the Manuel Antonio National Park. Yeah, so finding good computer stores in Costa Rica is a little bit difficult, so we're going to go inside this one here in Jaco and see if they've got the tool to fix my drone. Okay, so unfortunately they don't have it, so I think I'm going to have to take this home and we're going to have to drive back tomorrow and get some more drone shots. So this is the famous beach at Manuel Antonio National Park. I've seen this many times before in photos. If you have a look at it, the sand is definitely more white than you typically see in Costa Rica. Normally it's very dark brown, but it's a very nice beach. Normally this would be full of people. Like every time I've seen videos, photos, this is packed with tourists. But right now, we're the only ones here. It's very kind of private. It's got this, I guess you call it a cove but it would be the perfect place to build a resort. But of course, this is protected, this national park. They don't allow any construction or anything like that. They're protecting it, and you can see why. It's very nice, very nice. You'll notice the sand here, it's much lighter than, for instance, in Esterillos. It's actually it is a nicer beach. So this is a big part of the reason why people come here. You could come spend a few hours here on the beach, relaxing, enjoying the view. So the beach you see behind me, this is Playa Hermosa. This is a very famous beach in Costa Rica. They've got some of the best surfing. And because so many people come here and surf, there's a lot of great restaurants, cafes right here on the beach. So you can sit here, have a great meal, enjoy the view. Obviously today's not one of the best days for weather, but it's still very nice. So I've got the sweet and chili mahi-mahi here. We've got a tuna burger. The smoothies here are great. So this restaurant, Vista Hermosa, it's a great restaurant. And then finally we have Esterillos Este, so right in front of the resort. Now naturally, I'm a little bit biased, but this is my favorite beach. There's just something about it. Like when the tide goes out, it'll go out for half a mile, and during sunset you have this big reflective surface, so you get some spectacular sunsets. But all the beaches in Costa Rica, they have their own unique charm, and they are quite unlike any of the other beaches you see in countries like Australia, Mexico, and so on. So I hope you enjoyed that short little tour, and I'll see you in the next episode.